while ago, I set out to answer a simple question. Who is the worst DPS in Marvel Rivals? After getting flamed, focused, and fragged, I found my answer, Black Widow. But that's got me thinking, if Widow's holding down the bottom of the DPS barrel, who's doing the same for the tanks? So I played 3 matches with every tank hero. No bias, no excuse, just raw gameplay. And after testing them all, one name kept popping up. This is the search for Marvel Rivals' worst tank. I wanted to go down each tank list by the columns that they were already in. I decided to play ranked so I can have at least some type of competition and really fill out each tank role. So when I started with Hulk, somebody banned him. Oh my god, are you serious? We're starting with Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange was actually one of the first characters I really clicked with in this game. I already know how to use him, and I mean, I really know how to use him. He's not a brawler like Hulk or a chaos machine like Penny. Strange is all about control. He's the kind of tank that plays chess while the others are boxing. His shield is clean, think of Reinhardt from Overwatch, but with better mobility. You can aim it, move it while it's up, and reposition fast enough to make huge plays for your team. And the teleport comes in clutch every now and then just to get back into the fight. So going into this, I already knew Strange was strong in my hands. But that's what made me realize I can't just go off vibes to figure out who's the worst tank. Just because I play well with Strange doesn't mean he's the best. So I broke it down. If I'm going to judge all the tanks fairly, I need a system, a way to rank them in the same areas. Survivability. Can they hold space and take pressure? Team value. Do they help their squad win fights consistently? And last but not least, carry potential. Can they turn the tide when no one else steps up? With that in mind, let's break down Strange across all 3 categories and see where he stands. When it comes to survivability, Doctor Strange might be one of the most deceptively tanky characters in this entire game. His shield has 800 health and him himself has 700 base health, which gives him a combined 1500 HP wall, more than any other tank in Marvel Rivals. But it's not just raw health that makes him hard to kill. What makes Strange a nightmare to deal with is how much uptime he gets on that shield. You can block ults, deny high burst combos, and anchor choke points where your team plays behind you. In a game this fast paced, having a mobile wall like that changes the fight. His defensive playstyle rewards good positioning and a game sense more than panic buttons. You don't have a self-heal or a spammable escape, but if you play smart and know how to layer cooldowns and time your disengage, Strange just doesn't go down easily. So survivability wise, he's not unkillable, but if you play him right, he's the hardest tank to kill consistently. Doctor Strange isn't just a tank, he's the team's frontline quarterback. His shield isn't just for himself, it lets your DPS get aggressive without being punished, gives supports breathing room to reposition, and it's one of the only abilities in the game that can shut down full team ult combos if timed right. On control maps or tight choke points, Strange can anchor space like no other. It's like building a safe zone wherever you go. The moment you pull out that shield, you decide the tempo of the fight. Now, he's not giving heals or throwing utility gadgets like some other tanks might, but his impact is felt in how safe he makes everyone else feel. A good Doctor Strange lets your whole team play with more confidence, and that's the kind of utility that doesn't show up on the scoreboard but wins games.
That game is literally all me, but I had more damage than him, more damage blocked. He just had final hits.
His primary attack, the Daggers of Danik, fires a spread of 5 magical daggers, which each dagger deals 18 damage. The spread pattern requires precise aim to maximize damage output. This makes his primary fire more effective at close to mid-range engagements. The Eye of Agamotto ability allows Strange to separate enemy souls from their body, making them vulnerable to additional damage. This can be a game changer when coordinating with your team's focus fire. And Strange's E creates a powerful area of effect attack that can disrupt enemies' formations and deal significant damage. Timing and placement are crucial to maximize. In summary, while Doctor Strange may not top the damage chart, his utility and ability to control the battlefield can turn the tide of battle, especially when playing strategically and in coordination with the team. Now we have the Hulk. And just a FYI, people like Hulk and Groot that gets banned a lot in the ring, I'm just gonna play quick play just to show more gameplay of him and stuff like that. But yeah, Hulk is a tank in every sense of the word, boosting one of the highest health pools in the game. Starting as Bruce Banner with 200 health, he can transfer into Hero Hulk with 650 HP and further into Monster Hulk with a staggering 1400 HP. This transformation mechanic allows him to absorb significant damage and stay in the fight longer than most heroes. His indestructible guard ability generates gamma shields for himself and nearby allies, absorbing and converting damage into energy for his ultimate Hulk smash. This not only enhances his durability, but also provides team-wide benefits. defense. Hulk's abilities are not just about personal strength, they offer substantial team support. His radioactive lockdown emits gamma energy that immobilize enemies, preventing them from capturing objectives and making them vulnerable to team attacks. The indestructible guard not only protects Hulk, but also shields nearby allies, making it a valuable tool for teams' defense during critical moments. While Hulk may not be the top tier dealer, his damage burst and heavy blows abilities allow him to deal consistent damage, especially when combined with his crowd control skills. His ultimate, Hulk Smash, transforms him into a monster Hulk, significantly boosting his damage output and allowing to disrupt enemy formations effectively. Players have noted that Hulk's carry potential shines when denying enemy plays, such as stunning key opponents or shielding allies from powerful ultimates. So overall, Hulk is your classic tank, big, beefy, and built to take damage. His survivability is top tier once he hits Monster Hulk, and the gamma shields give great team protection, but when it comes to carrying, not really his lane. He shines most with a team that plays around him. If they don't, he just ends up soaking damage with little payoff. Solid tank, but not a solid hero. And now we have Captain America. Cap's got 675 base health, which is solid for a Vanguard. His vibranium shield isn't just for show, it provides a magnetic defense that can absorb incoming damage, making him a tough nut to crack on the front line. His enhanced physical abilities from the Super Soldier Serum grants him increased stamina and endurance, allowing him to stay in the fight longer than most. Captain America excels at rallying his team. His leadership abilities can boost allies' morale and performance, turning the tide in close matches. His shield can be used offensively and defensively, allowing him to protect teammates while also disrupting enemy formations. While Cap isn't typically the top damage dealer, his balanced skill set allows skilled players to make significant plays, especially when coordinating with the team. His versatility means he can adapt to various situations, providing both offensive pressure and defensive support as needed. Captain America is the definition of balance. He's not the flashiest tank or the hardest hitting tank, but he brings consistency to every match. His survivability is stronger than his vibranium shield, and his utility comes from his ability to vent allies while setting up plays. Cap really shines in coordinated teams where his leadership and defense playstyles can turn the tide. He may not carry in the traditional sense, but in the hands of a smart player, he is the glue that holds a team together. Now you see the detail that I'm putting in every single tank. If I continue to do this, it's gonna be a 30-minute video, so that's what we're not trying to do. I'm just showing you the behind the scene process that I am taking for every single tank. After breaking down multiple tanks in Marvel Rivals and how they function across survivability, utility, and team impact, one hero started to consistently fall behind, and that's Penny Parker. On paper, Penny looks unique. She got traps, tech, and a spider nest that acts like her home base. But in practice, that uniqueness doesn't work against her. Most tanks thrive when they can adapt into a chaos of a team fight, but Penny has to prep. She has to set up arachno mines, cyber webs, and have her spider nest placed before a fight even breaks out. And when the fight moves, she's either scrambling to relocate or completely ineffective. Her survivability is directly tied to the spider net, which sure heals and buffs her, but once it's gone, so is most of her defense. Unlike Doctor Strange with his massive shield or Hulk with raw health and his bolo shield, Penny's tankness is more conditional than consistent. If you catch her away from the setup, she goes down fast. And while her kit can be useful for zoning or controlling tight spaces, her presence in teamfights is often low. She can't peel well for her backline, she can't frontline aggressive without her nest, and her crowd control takes time to be effective, time that most fights don't give you. I also noticed this in every game I played Penny. I felt like I was waiting for enemies to step into my trap, waiting for my nest to come off cooldown, waiting to matter. And in a fast-paced hero shooter like Marvel Rivals, that just doesn't cut it. So while Penny might shine in very specific coordinated scenarios, her kit demands too much setup and offers too little in return, especially when compared to the more reliable, flexible tanks in the roster. That's why, in my eyes, Penny Parker is currently the weakest tank in Marvel Rivals. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to drop a like, sub to the channel, and let me know in the comments who you think is the weakest tank. Was I too harsh on Penny? Is there any other tank that's just not clicking for you? Also, if you missed it, check out my video on the worst DPS in the game where I break down why Black Widow just doesn't cut it either. More Marvel Rivals content is on the way, so hit that bell, and I'll see y'all in the next one, y'all. Peace.
Yeah, I woke up running, gotta check my greens.